One of the most toxic things I've done is ignore the bad in someone because I've wanted to keep them in my life. Never again.
You're not keeping me happy. Maybe somebody else will.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
and
you
that's
guys.
your right.
I had to
That's your right. You want to leave me for another man? That's your choice. That ain't got shit to do with me.
My question to you is, when are you going to learn about my culture? And give you an example. You call me fat and ugly in front of people.
Xấu.
What?
I say you are ugly, you are very bad.
You really said that?
Yeah.
All right. In my culture, in America, that's rude, that's disrespectful, especially when a woman says that about the man that she's with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I get in with my kid, my friend, or you ugly, you ding ding khùng khùng. And we, in Vietnam, my culture is not for rude. But I don't know how is your country, and now you share with me.
We could make, like, if we're alone and we're around family, we could make the jokes like that to each other. But in front of strangers, I'm a guest here. I seen one other person of my skin complexion here in the whole time I've been here. You're not accustomed to us, so when you say it, it sounds like it's an attack. Because we're not light or whatever it may be. I'm already a spectacle. I'm a black man in this country, and they're already looking at me differently because I'm 6'4", I am dark, and when you say, oh, he's ugly, you start feeding the stereotype that if you're light-skinned black, you're prettier versus dark-skinned black. It's very hurtful and disrespectful. People are already looking at me. How am I supposed to feel when you talk in your language and then you go, I say to her, you are ugly. I don't have any context. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know it's a joke. It sounds like it's a fact to you.
I want to use this video like kind of like a PSA or maybe like a teaching moment that some people might not understand the true concept of like passport bros. These are men, average men, right? Middle class men sometimes. Average men looking for traditional women in other countries. These are men that's not like, they're not high value men. They're not six-figure men necessarily. Or they're not just like your conventionally attractive men or men that has it easy in their Western culture, Western countries, in the dating market. So let's say the example is like, these are men that's like, I don't know, 50K earners, 60K earners. But, you know, morally sound sometimes. Just good, decent men. But going to other countries, using the level of provision that they have, securing a wife that they would want, or a partner that they would want. But it's the problem where you don't understand that. Let's say even in America, the importance of money is that so you don't have to deal with bullshit, where you can walk away, where you have the leverage, where you are not desperate. You know, you're living in a fear of having nothing kind of way, right? Fear of losing a woman and not having anything else. But those are men that's like, the 6K, those are the men that are the six-figure earners, the conventionally attractive, the charming, etc., etc. Those type of men in the Western countries, in the Western world, they have the leverage. And if one woman leaves, they will find another one. So one of the benefits of, let's say, an average man, a good average man, going into a Western, a country outside of the Western world, is where you can gain that leverage. Where, fine, if a woman is still, fine, if a woman is treating you bad, well, okay, you could go to the next one, because you have the resources that will make you a bit more attractive than the average man in those countries. women, wherever you go, they're pretty much the same. Just like men, right? In a sense, they're pretty much the same. There are traditional women in the U.S., in Western countries, there's traditional women. But to get maybe these traditional women in the West, maybe you might have to be a six-figure earner or someone that can, I don't know, demand traditional woman that can easily provide for a traditional woman in the Western world. But if you go into another country, you will hopefully have the resources where you can provide for that type of traditional woman with, the amount of money you make in those countries, right? Comparatively. Because a 50K earner for, US dollar can go a long way in other countries. So that's the point where you have to have a state of mind where you use your leverages, you use the benefits you have to your advantage. Here's a man that, even though probably he's a middle class earner or an average, like maybe I'm guessing 40 to 50K earner, he still had the state of mind of abundance, or not abundance, a scarcity. Where this is, I think it's a, what is it, the 90 Day Fiance thing? He's still a doormat, even in another country. You don't just think that you automatically get respect, submission just because you're a Westerner. Here's like where she's lying that no, calling someone ugly, no matter what country you live in. I'm Vietnamese, that's what she is rude regardless of where you're from. Insulting someone is rude regardless of where you're from. Maybe it's more like it's not as as like, I don't know, heavily frowned upon where you just be truthful, but I mean it's still an insult. Ugly, no matter where you are, is an insult, But that's still the problem where this man, he has the characteristic of, he's not a dominant masculine man. He's not probably the leadership type of man. He seems like a doormat. He seems like a man with very little backbone. Because if he had a backbone, he would not just talk to her, he would hold on to his boundaries. Saying, no, I don't do that. You don't just, supposedly this is, if this is his fiance, he should be, you don't just insult the man that you're with to other people. So you would put your foot down or walk away. So the problem is that some people don't understand the concept that yes, passport bros, they're going to other countries to be able to find traditional women, at their tax bracket that they can afford, in a sense, right? That they can provide for with their lifestyle. But they don't understand that at the end of the day, it's also still your personality. Women have not changed. I mean, you have to be a masculine type of man to, demand submissive type of women. You have to be strong in your convictions, strong in your boundaries. And this man is not. So, I see the faultiness in it. And that's why I think this type of man is deluded. And some men might be deluded when they're just going to another country. I'm not really a passport bro because, women wherever is just kind of the same, in my opinion, right? But I can understand that, if you want a traditional woman that will fit your tax bracket, I can understand that. And I always think like, what? You got to do whatever you can do to find happiness. But the problem is this man, he's not finding happiness because that's not happy. That's not a recipe for happiness right there. These type of men, right? You have the leverage at least financially. So you should walk away. It doesn't matter even what country you go to, right? Even in the U.S., even in other countries, hold on to your boundaries. Walk away. If someone's treating you wrong, well, move on to the next one. But like I was saying, this type of man, regardless of what country he comes from or what country he's going to, what type of woman he's dating, he seems like a doormat. He seems like another man that has no backbone.
She doesn't appreciate you, sir. She's got you babysitting her kids while she's going out all night. She's wondering why you can't be more of a father to the children she created with other men. She wants to know why she can't get more of your money when she's got a couple of child support checks coming in. She's got housing, she's done a disability check, and she wants to know why you can't part with more of your check. Do you see what I'm telling you?
I see it. Well, ain't nothing free, Your Honor. He's not finna just be with me just because, you know. I mean, he's gonna have to help out because
I pay all the bills, so
Your Honor, he does not.
I pay all the bills and get
Mr. Nevins, do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm not talking to her because I don't think she could hear me. I'm talking to somebody who I think can hear me. Can you hear me?
I know.
Am I saying anything that your family's ever told you?
Yeah, they tell me that every time I see them.
I don't know them, they don't know me, but we're both telling you the same thing. What does that tell you?
Keep your family out your business.